Prosecco in the Valdobbiadene area in the region of Veneto. Specifically, we're driving through the very niche area of Santo Stefano. This is just a few kilometers from the heart of Prosecco, which is Valdobbiadene and home of Prosecco DOC G, Cartizze, and various other forms of this Italian specialty bubbly. Its growth has definitely risen in the years that we've been visiting, since about 1990, and it's culminated to some quite dramatic home improvements, square improvements. It's fostered in some international tourism and definitely been renovated over the past 30 or so years to become the jewel of the North, and somewhat hidden but yet very widely known. Traveling here is a beautiful experience. There's so many towns just dotting around the area, all with their own vineyards and different brands of Prosecco. There's a cantina virtually every few kilometers at least, if not closer. Traveling through this area is quite relaxing, and the scenery with the mountains and its actual proximity to various other northern areas which are quite touristy. Valdobbiadene remains a quite nuanced, niche zone to experience and take in different traditions of the culture, and absolutely enjoying some of their specialty bubbly. Besides some of the bottled and branded bottles of Prosecco, there's the table quality, which is typically unfiltered. It has less additives, and generally its sparkling nature comes in a longer fermentation rather than the chemical process of developing this specialty bubbly. It's mixed with various other alcohols to form drinks like Bellinis, I believe, and various Campari mixes, and it's somewhat of a staple and available everywhere. In some hotels, it's offered for breakfast. We've stayed a few times at the Hotel Diana, which is just in the town square of Valdobbiadene. We were always treated very well, and the prices are quite reasonable. I mean, they were a lot more reasonable with the tourism and demand. Everything is elevated to a bit of a tourist trap kind of levels, but it still manages to maintain its allure and mystique for the various peripheral foods which go so well with the Prosecco, the white bubbly wine. We're just taking a cruise. You saw the bell tower went through. That Santo Stefano's square main church bell tower. And of course, the old GPS is key to have in order to navigate your way through and pop into the towns of specific interest. There's a viewpoint we just went by there. Unfortunately, just gazing at all of the vineyards and the surroundings, I managed to miss a turn, and we happened to be notified that this particular turn right here would take us and shortcut us back on track. So we naively took the turn. It started off a bit of a unpaved road, but decently navigable for a single car at least. And as you'll see, we kind of venture into virtually a tractor path I'm not sure how it showed up on Google Maps as an option, but as you can see, several people have gone through here. As you'll see, there's people putting signs in front of their house that you basically rub your mirrors against as you're going through, because it's private property, and they're obviously people have stopped and tried to figure out where they were. I took a lot of faith in following this path at this point, and then I'm presented with this pretty much grassy road as the only option forward. Here it is here, and I decide to, well, let's forge forward and see where it takes us. Obviously, we do get to the end of it. Here I am pondering, should I go or back it up? We decide to take it, and as you see, it gets quite tight. I don't think a pedestrian would be able to squeeze through as we're passing. So it's definitely a bit of a white knuckle trek through this particular portion of it. Here you go, I see brushing against. I think we left the window open to get the wonderful air and had to close that as we're brushing across trees, leaves, vines. It's a beautiful area. You can lose yourself. I find the most pleasure when we find a location to either pop a bottle and enjoy a refreshment, or even some salumi, which is just delightful if you find it from a producer, and not with preservatives and so forth. The road here gets quite interesting, and surprisingly we're quite calm as we bounced our way through the definitely uneven pathway that mostly tractors must use to access their vineyards. Here the path looks like it's got a fresh layer of crushed stone of some sort to make the final 100 meters onto a paved road, let's call it. Still not the widest, but definitely back to civilization here. It was an interesting diversion. Look at the map, the hard right we're gonna have to make, kind of a hairpin. And we make our way back onto the road and off to our next destination stop to embrace the air, the atmosphere, and the energy overall of the zone. I really enjoy coming here at least once for a few days in our trip to Italy. It's a grounding experience, and it's a diversion from the common into a more roots of the area. It's lovely. I highly recommend anyone take the time to slow down and just venture a bit through the hills and valleys and take in what is an incredibly historic land in the northern region of Italy. Hope you enjoyed and endured the cruise through some vineyards in Valdobbiadene region area, Prosecco home. Bless up till the next time.